जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ। Om. O gods, may we always hear with our ears what is auspicious. O worshipful ones, may we with our eyes always see what is auspicious. May we live our allotted life hale and hearty, offering our worship unto thee. May Indra of ancient fame bestow auspiciousness on all of us. May the all-nourishing portion be propitious to all of us. May Garuda, the destroyer of all evil, be well disposed towards all of us. May Brihaspati ensure all our welfare. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto all. We have been studying this beautiful Upanishad called Kaivalya Upanishad. As the very name indicates, Kaivalya or moksha or complete freedom from the samsara sagara is what is meant by the word Kaivalya. Brahman alone, Sadeva Somya Idam Agra Agre Asit. Only that one Brahman was there. What about now? That one Brahman alone is there. It alone will be there because it is Kalatita, Deshatita. It is beyond all limitations of time, space, and causation. So, if that is the truth, that's our nature. And if that is true, then how can we attain to that? For that purpose, there was a very wise person. He must have attained fitness. He was the son of Ashvalayana, called Ashvalayana, and he approached a great teacher, even though Ashvalayana was himself a great rishi, a composer of many mantras. As I mentioned earlier, I am not sure whether he composed these after attaining Brahmagnana or before. Most likely after attaining Brahmagnana. So before attaining the knowledge of Brahman, he has to approach a great teacher, none other than another realized soul. And who was that? None other than Brahma, the creator, also called Parameshti, also called Srishtikarta, because everything comes from God. And this Brahma is none other than what we call Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Saguna Brahma, what Sri Ramakrishna used to call Shakti. What did this Ashvalayana do? Bhagavantam. He approached God himself. It is our tradition that we always address our gurus as Bhagavan. That is the tradition which has become translated Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. So he must have approached in the proper spirit, Bhagavantam, upasametya, approached. We discussed this point. Still, I wanted to remind ourselves some very important points. How should a disciple really approach a proper guru? And by the very way a person approaches, we can estimate whether that person is a really an adhikari purusha, a sadhana chatushtaya sampannaha, fit to receive the highest knowledge. Upa means near. Sametya means having approached near, having come near. What does this come near means what? There were many people very near to Sri Ramakrishna, but none of them approached, none of them had received, including even his own nephew, Hridayram. Not to speak of many people, even though there were some incidents where Sri Ramakrishna touched them or wished them, and they had extraordinary visions, experiences. But as we say, that a bitter gourd will remain bitter gourd, even if it goes along with its possessor to all the four Charidham. So these people remained the same. But from distance, some people came. As soon as they came, Sri Ramakrishna recognized these are my people. And among them also, those who are extremely near and those who are a little bit nearer. That's why I said Antaranga, those belong to my inner circle, and rest of them outer circle. So how did he approach? As the Upanishads Samit Panihi means, I am prepared to sacrifice my life, to burn out my life, just as firewood is burnt for the sake of God realization, but strictly following the path that has been indicated to me only by you, not by anybody else. So, with such a spirit of complete Shraddha and concentration and self control, naturally, the response also will come automatically. There is a beautiful incident in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. One day he was speaking with some devotees. Quite a large number of devotees were there, and they also have brought quite varieties of food material. A poor devotee, woman devotee came. She could afford only to buy 4 rasagullas, and it was her earnest wish that Sri Ramakrishna should partake of them. And seeing so many people, and very rich people, some of them quite well-to-do people, and what they brought, she felt very shy, went to Nahabad. No, I think Holy Mother wasn't there, and she started weeping bitterly. Suddenly, during the conversations, Sri Ramakrishna got up and went to Nahabad, and as if he was searching for somebody. And then, after few seconds, he saw this lady, and he approached her and said, quickly, give me something to eat. I'm extremely hungry. And she was so joyful. Her heart desire has been fulfilled. Immediately she gave, and all the 4 rasagullas he ate immediately. Now we have to understand when Sri Ramakrishna accepts, when God accepts something, he will not simply only take, he will give a billion times more. He must have blessed. May you have devotion. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had blessed a 3-year-old girl called Narayani, may you have devotion. Immediately, this small baby started chanting Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna's name. Tears were flowing from her eyes. What she understood, only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows, God alone knows. But such the infallible blessings of great souls, So if somebody is honest, sincere, Shraddhavantaha, every desire will be fulfilled, not to speak of the Brahmagnana. Because what God cannot give, no, there is no such thing. He can give everything. He wants to give everything. But it depends upon us how much we are, what we want, how much we are prepared to receive, how much we are able to transform our life as a result of it. Having approached, how did he approach? We have to take the help of other scriptures. Bhagavad Gita, which is the very essence of all the Upanishads, tells us beautifully, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Then what happens? Padekshanti te gnanam gnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. If we approach properly, these great souls spontaneously, just as a hungry calf approaches its mother, the milk starts flowing automatically. This happens not only in the animals, but in every living creature, not to speak of human beings. So even it is said, when some women are there who have given birth to children, and even somebody approaches with the idea, I am your younger child. This is called Vatsalya Bhava. So their chest will be filled with flowing milk. This is beautifully described with regard to Mother Kausalya, Mother Yashoda, etc. So, having approached, and he understood that the Guru is highly pleased with me, and pranipatena pariprashnaya. So he asked, oh, Ashvalayana, Adhihi Bhagavo, please teach me, help me realize, not simply a maths teacher teaches to a maths student. Adhihi means, see that I completely acquire it. Let me, help me, bless me to realize God. That is, put in Upanishadic words, not God realization. Varishtham Vidyam, the highest of the knowledge. What is it? Brahma Vidyam. And why do we call it the highest? Why did he call it the highest? Sada, at any given time. Sadbhi Sevyamanam. It is the only thing that is desired, because there is only one thing desirable. And what we desire, what is desirable, is many times at the opposite poles. But Sadbhi means people who are pure, and a pure heart. As the Sermon in the Mount, Bhagwan, Jesus Christ tells, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. This is what is referred here, Sadbhi Sevyamanam. And this knowledge is so much sought after. But then this word Sevyamanam can also be interpreted that because this Vidya comes from the mouth of the Guru, that Guru is served with the utmost love, like a mother serves her child, beloved child, especially when it is a small baby. And what is the nature of this Brahma Vidya? Nigodham, deeply hidden. As I mentioned earlier, it is a open secret. It is there everywhere. But we are unable to see, because to see anything, we require a particular type of vision. Gnananjana Vimalanayana Vikshane Mohajay. Nigodham. Gudha means hidden. Nigodha means very deeply hidden. Where? In the hearts of the people. Jyotira Jyoti Ujjvala Hridi Kandara. And what does a person get if this knowledge is obtained? Yaya, by which knowledge? Achirat, immediately, instantaneously. The moment knowledge comes, as Sri Ramakrishna says, one match is lit, and immediately millions of years of darkness will completely disappear. Sarva papam vyapohya, all the a heap of cotton, in Sri Ramakrishna's words, just one spark, and in no time it is all bhasmasat kurute. But here it is one spark of light. And all the darkness here stands for ajnanam. Ajnanam means we do not know who we are. That atma ajnanam, who I am, I don't know. I know what I am not, but I don't know what I am. Epohya parat param. He is the most supreme. There are higher words, of which Brahmaloka is the highest, the reference to which we are going to see very soon in the next few verses. Parat param, it is the highest, even higher than the highest. Purusham, and that highest state is also called Purusham. Yati, person reaches that. Here Yati means realizes. What realization? Aham Brahmasmi. Such a person is called Vidwan. Then Ashvalayana approached the Lord Parameshti, the creator Brahma, and earnestly requested him, Bhagavan, teach me the highest science of reality, cultivated always by the good people, which is ever a hidden secret for man, a knowledge by which a wise man, discarding all sins, can reach the highest Purusha. Here, sin means ajnana. And very interestingly, there are three types of sins. The first sin is evil. The second, what is called punya, papa. And second sin is punya. Why? Punya is sin because it also entails rebirth. But the root cause of both these is avidya. So this is what Patanjali Rishi says, avidya, asmita, raga, vesha, abhinivesha. So please destroy by giving, because a person who has this knowledge, who knows, he becomes Brahman. So it is not the Brahma Vidya. Who can give Brahma Vidya? Only Brahman can give. A person who is not Brahman, he doesn't have the Brahma Vidya. He has got Jiva Vidya, as Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, first chapter, fourth section, 10th mantra, called Mahavakya Bhashya, so beautifully explains. So this is called Purusha. Purusha means what? He who is all-pervading. That's what he says. This mantra also tells us that this Vidya cannot be got other than from a realized soul. Acharyadhi eva Vidya vidita sadhishtam prapatiti. Sadhishtam means one's own desirable goal. So this person approached no less than Bhagavan, because all knowledge started only from Brahma. That is what we get in the Mundaka Upanishad also. So this Kathopanishad tells how deeply hidden this knowledge is. Tam durdarsham. Very few people can behold it. Gudham anupravishtam uhahitam gahvareshtam puranam. It is an ancient cave. And that cave itself is one of the biggest caves, and deepest caves, and darkest caves. And in that uhahitam, gudham anupravishtam, somewhere in a corner. But we should not interpret it that way. It is there in front of our eyes. When? Not when. All the time. In the Jagrata Avastha, waking state, in the dreaming state, Swapna Avastha, in the deep sleep state, because I am in the waking state, I am in the dream state, I am in the sleeping state. Instead of putting that way, I am the waker, I am the dreamer, and I was the sleeper. That's what we say. And in request to this, what did the Guru or Parameshti or Brahma reply? Tasmai saho vacha pitamahascha shraddha bhakti dhyana yogat avaihi. So he did not give the knowledge directly because he is telling, are you really endowed with the necessary qualifications? For everything, qualification is necessary. If somebody wants to study a particular subject, certain qualifications are necessary. I remember that uh, I was also a medical student for some time. So, one of the questions that they asked, do you faint whenever you see blood? And quite a number of students replied, immediately, I cannot see blood. Then they are out because whole life they have to see only blood. So, Tasmai, to this fit disciple, Yogya Sadhaka, who is the Adhikari, is called Adhikari, Sadhana Chatushraya Sampannaha, Saha Pitamaha. That Pitamaha means the person from whom, through Guru Parampara, that highest knowledge is coming. Ha Uvacha, he replied thus. What did he say? My son, I recognize you, but the only way, the only path through which one can attain that highest knowledge, Atma Gnana. Brahma Gnana means Atma Gnana. Atma Gnana means self-knowledge, is through the four yogas. Beautifully he puts it, Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana, Yoga, Avaihi. Of course, our other commentators do not exactly interpret it in the way that I am doing it. Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Shraddha means indirect knowledge. Faith that whatever the scripture is teaching, that is Gnana Marga. Bhakti, Bhakti Marga. Dhyana, that is Raja Yoga. And Yoga, Karma Yoga. Avaihi, you realize that truth, you attain. Avaihi means you attain to that knowledge, that is Atmagnanam. If you are endowed, nobody can stop you. If you are not endowed, you will have to strive for that first. Swami Vivekananda, he used to visit a great yogi. He was living in a place called Gazipur. It is around 2 hours away from Varanasi. And Swamiji was deeply impressed by the knowledge. And not only that, said, I have never heard such a sweetest voice in my whole life. If Sri Ramakrishna's voice was so sweet, Swamiji's voice was even so sweet, we do not know how Swamiji, who was referred as the Gandharva Nindita Kantha, how he could give this praise to Avahari Baba. Avahari means one who seemed to be eating only air, living on air. Anyway, there are different interpretations. So yoga without yoga, nobody can attain to any knowledge. We are not speaking only about spiritual knowledge, even secular knowledge. That was what Swami Brahmanandaji said, that even if you want to be an expert pickpocket, you must approach with reverence an expert pickpocket, fall at his feet, offer some najarana, and then only you will be able to do it. So he said, Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana, Yoga. Yoga means that which is the practical anusthana, really translating into action. What? Shraddha, Bhakti, and Dhyana. And what are these Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana? few teachers have interpreted it. Shraddha. What is the first thing? When the sadhaka approaches the Guru, especially in every path, but especially in the path of Jnana Yoga, in order to be able to qualify to hear the Mahavakya, the that teaching which tells us Jiva, Brahma, Aikya. The Jiva and Brahman are not two separate beings, but one and the same. That is called Mahavakya. Every Vakya, if you observe, sentence, will only give us what is called dualistic knowledge. Rama, for example, went to Sri Lanka and destroyed Ravana. So this is also kind of knowledge only. But Shravana, what is the knowledge? Rama, the doer. Ravana, the object. Killed, the verb. Then only the sentence will be complete. So that is dualistic. It's called Triputi Gnana. But whereas Advaita Gnana is, these three will not be there. So a person has to listen. Shraddha means what? Shastra Guru Vakyeshu Satya Buddhi Avadharana. A person endowed with Shraddha, naturally he believes this is the true knowledge. As soon as he realizes this is the true knowledge, he will devote himself. How that knowledge can be acquired? That is called bhakti. And this bhakti, in course of time, matures. What does it become? Dhyana. That is unbroken flow. That is called nididhyasana. So some teachers, Shraddha, equate Shraddha with Shravanam, Bhakti with Mananam, and Dhyana with Nididhyasana. So what is Shravana? With complete faith, what my teacher is telling me is the only truth. Even if I am seeing in front of me something contrary to it, that is not the truth. There is something wrong with my vision. Gnana Anjana Vimalanayana Vikshane Moha Jai. If a person is endowed with this Shraddha, that is why Bhagavan Krishna says in the 17th, Yo Yak Shraddha Sayeva Saha. This is a beautiful definition of a human being. A human being is one in proportion to what his Shraddha is. If he is a positive Shraddha, he is a happy man, positive man. If he has got negative Shraddha, he is a depressed man, sad man. So this is called Shravanam. Listen as if that is the highest truth. Even if it contradicts, as I said, our practical, even 24 hours, whole life, if it contradicts the scriptural word as came from the mouth of the Guru, Sadguru, that alone is the truth. How to understand? So deep thinking, aided by reason, etc., then all doubts until the last vestige of doubt is totally removed. A person has to go on thinking, oh mind, you have misunderstood. This is not correct understanding. What Guruji said, how can I understand it and wholeheartedly concur with it with the help of reasoning? And until that is achieved, I am not going to give this mananam. This is called mananam. Mananam is the process of removing the last vestige of doubt. And as soon as anybody is convinced, this is the reality. We always react only to reality. If you show somebody a rope in daytime and say that this is a snake, he will not believe you. Or if you show a snake and say this is a rope, that also he will not believe. Because what he thinks, this is the reality, he will react only towards that. So, Shraddha Bhakti, Dhyana. unbroken like the flow of oil from one vessel to another vessel. Or as Bhagavan says, Yatha Deepo Nivatastho Nengate Sa Upama Smrta. How a yogi's mind will be there during meditation, like a lamp lit in a completely windless place. It doesn't shake at all, it doesn't flicker at all. These are some of the similes that are given. Avaihi. So Pitamaha said, I may be God. I want to give you the highest knowledge, but having listened from me, you must have these qualities, then you will obtain that realization. Avaihi means what? That knowledge which you desired. You will get that knowledge. You will realize Aham Brahmasmi, provided you are endowed with Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana, and Shraddha Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Dhyana Yoga. As I said, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, Gnana Yoga is one interpretation. And the other interpretation is Shravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasana. Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Gnana Yoga. What does Karma Yoga do? Remove the impurities. What does Bhakti Yoga do? It endows a person with tremendous joy. Bhakti means joy, actually. You respond not only with your intellect, but respond with all your heart. And what is Gnana Yoga? That this is the only desirable thing in the world. Everything else need not be considered at all. That tremendous faith, that is the resultant of Shraddha in the scriptures in the Guru, and reinforced by tremendous bhakti. Bhakti always gives joy. That is why Ramakrishna used to advocate Bhakti Yoga. A bhakta's journey from the state of bondage to the state of liberation is always through from joy to greater joy. Even an ordinary bhakta, you notice, I'm talking about a person, true bhakti, even if it is 1%, 1,000,000%, the moment he sits for prayer, for puja, his heart will be filled with incomparable, indescribable joy. And that is nothing. It is not even a drop in the ocean of immortality. So this is the brief explanation. What does Karma Yoga do? It helps us attain Chitta Shuddhi, and then it makes us fit to acquire Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti, the fourfold treasury of spiritual qualities. What are they? Viveka, right discrimination, Vairagya, whatever we think is poisonous, we need not think. That automatically we react to it by giving up. And what does yoga do? Because it is a deep path. It is a, so to say, a long distance. So one has to, without losing faith and nirantara prayatna, that unobstructed a person should go on doing. So many times I have seen people, they attend classes with indifference, they listen with indifference, and then after some time, oh, we have been hearing this so many times, and then they lose faith. And yet, astonishing fact is, they profess that we want to reach God. If you want to reach God, what is a scripture? It is a word of God. But well, which word? There are plenty of choices are there. You want Bhagavatam, you want Puranas, you want Upanishads, you want tantric scriptures, any type of scriptures. But at least we must have the tremendous joy in hearing these things. And very often we have to sit and discriminate. Do I get the same joy when I am thinking about stock market? When eagerly I am seeking after the news of, especially, sensational news. Why is it that whenever there is a war, it is a gala time for both the news agencies and also the people? Most of us fall into that trap. There's nothing wrong in just getting some news, that is fine. But going on spending time, there are so many so called, there are so many devotees, and they cannot pass their time. They go to the libraries and several newspapers. What they get, God alone knows. But you see, this is the pitiable condition. A person who has a Shraddha, he will not waste. Let us look at the life of Sri Ramakrishna. The moment he came to know that this is the goal of life, the life is ephemeral, it is passing away instantaneously, he became acutely aware of the wastage of time, energy, and everything he will do with utmost Shraddha, properly, not hurrying, etc. When he used to do puja, he will do it, he will forget time. In fact, people had to remind him again and again. If you do Aratrikam such a long time, people will get tired. So 10 minutes Aratrikam is okay. 20 minutes Aratrikam, all right. Durga Puja time he will tolerate, not other times. But you are going on and on. And I also have doubt. Huge, weighty Aratrikam instruments, and how much of oil must be taken. I don't know how he has managed it, but he had to be reminded again and again because he was getting so much absorbed. And by the way, absorbed means a person who doesn't get any joy will never be absorbed. Absorption means tremendous joy. So this Ashvalayana was already highly qualified. So Vairagya is there. Then Vairagya alone will not do. Until we reach the goal, we require Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti, Shama, Dhamma, Shraddha, Titiksha, Samadhana, Uparati. 6 qualities, which means perfect body and mind control. Then slowly, mumukshutva, the desire becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. Don't expect 100% desire. Mumukshutva will come to us if we don't acquire these qualities. Until we acquire, it is not possible. Swami Brahmanandaji said something very, very important. Once somebody asked, Maharaj, if I am endowed with Shraddha, then it would be easier for me to meditate, to practice sadhana. Immediately, Swami Brahmanandaji, my son, do you know that the dawn, first the sky becomes reddish, pinkish, then reddish. Then only it indicates the sun is about to rise and is visible to us. Shraddha, true faith, is only like that dawn, and that is the just before God realization. Then what about all the faith we have? We have faith. There is no doubt about it. So like a tiny seed, like a potential divinity, it has to be protected, it has to be nourished, and obstructions. What are the obstructions? Anything that sows a seed of doubt within us, that assiduously we have to make an effort to remove it. And only when we do it, slowly this plant grows. Once this Shraddha grows, then there is nothing which can stop a person from reaching the goal. So this is what Brahma's first instruction, pay attention. And as I was mentioning, Swami Vivekananda, he met Pavhari Baba. He even wanted to receive initiation from him. But Ramakrishna appeared and threatened him with a sad look. You are going to abandon me like that. We don't know. Without talking to him, he appeared continuously for 3 days, and Swamiji could not understand. Of course, I will not understand. So, but the result was he did not take initiation. But then he learned a lot of lessons from Pavahari Baba, and which he used to repeat. Some of them are extraordinarily helpful for our sadhana. One about this Shraddha. Swamiji used to say, and he got it from Pavahari Baba. He said, Pavahari Baba said that Guru ka dwar mein kutta ka mafik pada raho. At the door, outside the door of your Guru, lie down like a dog. A dog is supposed to be the most faithful animal in the animal world. Even human beings are not at all faithful. Dogs are far, far superior. And they are what is called invisible gods, hidden gods. That is why if you reverse the word dog, you will get God only. So that is one of the things. And Mahapurush Maharaj, who heard it from Swamiji, liked it so much. But the second thing, Swamiji very often repeated in his talks, that once you fix your goal, pay attention to the means, let go the goal, fix your attention on the means. That means forget about the goal, then pay attention to the pathway, how you can steadily walk through the pathway. This is what Brahmaji is talking here. What is the pathway? Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana. These are the three things. As I said, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, Gnana Yoga, or Shravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasanam, or Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti is exactly this one. Anybody who is endowed with Shraddha, Bhakti, and Dhyana, he is a fit adhikari to receive. And because Ashvalayana was able to receive it, so yes, immediately the teaching has come. If you go to some other Upanishads, for example, Chandogya Upanishad, Indra and then Virochana wanted to obtain Atma Gnanam, Atma Vidya, because they heard announcement by Prajapati, means Brahma only, that whoever gets self-knowledge, Atma Gnanam, all their desires will be fulfilled. And then both of them are in need of fulfillment of all desires. That means they are understanding that if we have Atma Gnanam, we can eat, we can drink, we can make merry. Both of them approached Prajapati. He knew that what for they have come. But he wanted to test them, or he understood they were not ready. He said that whatever the purpose for which you have come, I will only talk about it after 25 years. So observe Brahmacharya, live like a worthy disciple for 25 years. And after 25 years, both of them came. It's a beautiful reminder for us, because we should not be tired of hearing about it from the other Upanishads, especially such beautiful incidents. And then what was the first teaching? Then go and get a pail of water, a bucket full of water, plenty. And they got it. And now decorate yourself properly. And they decorated. And now look at the reflections you see in that water. And they looked. And then that is the Atman. What you see, that reflection, that is the Atman. And both of them, they saluted. We got Atma Gnanam, and they started back home. And this Virochana means a demon. So he was very happy. What did I say? My own body, beautifully decorated. So decorate the body, eat, drink, make merry. That is called Atma Gnanam. because Shariram is the Atman and he never returned back. But then on the way, Indra has got this doubt. Supposing the eye is blind, the ear is deaf. And then what is the use of if I think that I am the deaf man, blind man, and my desires that I should be able to see, I should be able to hear, etc. How can they be fulfilled? This cannot be Atma Gnanam because clearly the announcement says all desires are fulfilled. So they returned back, and of course Prajapati knew, Indra, you went away very satisfied. What brings you? And then he replies that your teaching, I thought it was complete, but on the way I thought about it. This is called mananam. Doubts have come, and that doubt cannot be removed. First he heard, that was called Shravanam, and then he did mananam. But this Virochana never did any mananam. So Indra came and said that how can it be if a person is blind, his Atma Gnanam will be blind. I am blind. If a person's knowledge, I am a deaf person, and he will feel I am deaf. But not only that, I am a baby, is Atma Gnanam. I am a young person, is Atma Gnanam. I am an old person, that is Atma Gnanam. I am a diseased person, sick person, that is Atma Gnanam. And I am going to die, I see many deaths, that is Atma Gnanam. How can my desires will be fulfilled? That means I want to be eternal. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amrutangamaya. But that is not going to be fulfilled. And the Guru, that is Prajapati or Brahma or Parameshti, said, Badham, so you have done very well. You are right. Now another 25 years. So the story goes like that. Second time he got something else. That being whom you see in your dream state, that is Atman. And then again, Indra gets a doubt. I'm only shortening the story. And then again he comes. Another 25 years. And no, another 33 years. 33 years. Like that, he says. So 3 times, 33 years, like that. So he went and then he did. And then he says, when you are in deep sleep, nothing troubles you. That is what you are. That is your Atman. And then Indra was happy. He was returning. But again he got doubts. If I am dreaming, I can very well dream. A blind man dreams I am a blind man. And a lame man dreams I am a lame man. A deaf man dreams I am a deaf person. An unhappy person dreams I am an unhappy person. So this cannot be the Atman. He came back. In deep sleep, what is the experience? Nothing. It is like a dead person. That cannot be Atma Gnanam. So 3 times he has done 33 years, 33 years, 33 years. And then finally another 4 years, 5 years. So 104 years. So he comes back and then he says, he who experiences, he knows that I am experiencing the waking state. I was experiencing the dream state. I was experiencing the deep sleep state. That pure consciousness, thou art that. And with that, Indra became an enlightened person. This is the second time. First time in Kena Upanishad we see. Second time in the Chandogya Upanishad we see. And so this Indra himself also became a guru. He also teaches a king, which we will come in course of time. I will mention it to you. But it is not so easy to get it. So these are the characteristics, what is called spiritual qualities one has to obtain: Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. As a result, what happens? He becomes an adhikari. But even after becoming an adhikari, he must go through Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. So here, very interesting. So Sureshwar Acharya brings up this topic, says for qualified persons, once Shravanam is more than enough. And that is completely proved by Sri Ramakrishna. And Totapuri, his own guru, had to do a lot of Shravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasanam for more than 40 years on the banks of the Narmada river, whereas Sri Ramakrishna, first time, Tattvamasi, thou art that, Aham Brahmasmi. And immediately he plunged himself. And Guru himself was shocked. He could not understand. Ye kya daivi maya. Anyway, what are we discussing? That these are the preliminary qualities, my child, and only if you have got these qualities, you will obtain the vastu, that is Brahma vastu. And then this is what are required. But many people are under wrong impressions, and that is what he wants to clarify. What is it? Now Brahma, that is Parameshti, is answering. First, he said what is conducive to God realization. Now he is telling what is not conducive to God realization and what alone can give Brahma Sakshatkara, Moksha, Mukti, God realization. This is beautifully put in the third mantra. Na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyage naike amrutatvam anashu parena nakam nihitam guhayam vibhrajate yad yatayo vishanti. What is the meaning? Not by work, not by progeny, nor by wealth, but by renunciation alone, immortality is attained. Why? Because the object, that is Brahmagnana, is so difficult, higher than the heaven. And where is this? Seated in the cave of the intellect. It shines, which the seekers attain through Shraddha, Bhakti, and Dhyana Yoga, as mentioned earlier. But not by work, not by praja, nor by wealth. That means none of the worldly goods can bring us to God realization, but by renunciation alone. These are all gems of teachings. In many of the other Upanishads, we get after long introduction and all those things. So, for example, just now I quoted from the Chandogya Upanishad, Prajapati teaching that 33 years, 33 years, 33 years, and 5 years like that. Every time he will only give a little bit. No, he wants to give, but depending upon how much can you force a baby to eat, however nice material the mother has prepared, it is not possible for the baby. So very soft boiled rice has to be given. So the Guru is ready, the Ramakrishna is ready, but it is on our part. What is our qualification means what? How much we are capable of receiving. That we should never forget. Every time, whenever you feel like complaining to Ma, I've been meditating upon you for so many years. I've not seen you even a gray hair of yours, let alone a black hair. Pause a little bit and say, do I really want to see? Am I attached to all the eating, drinking, and gossip, and all these worldly news, etc.? As I mentioned, this is the test. When you are listening to the news, etc., or gossiping, etc., how much pleasure you get? Do you get that much of pleasure by your meditation, etc.? Even time also, how it passes, hours and hours pass in gossip, you don't feel like getting up. But when you sit for meditation, after 5 minutes, your back says, what foolish thing you are doing. Don't you know that I cannot bear it any longer? Then what do you want me to do? You lean against a pillow. Beautiful meditation you will have. Okay, when you are saying so, I will leave. And then he says, close your eyes, put off the light, so the deeper meditation will come. And you understand what you are doing. It. Just open your eyes and see what we are doing. Let each one of us do this, what is called objectification, as if we are looking at somebody else. And we will see that really that Viveka, Vairagya, etc. has not come. So this is what he's telling. Na karmana. By any amount of activities, activities here represent worldly activities. Worldly, but every activity implies a particular desire. Why do people cook food? So that they can prepare tasty food. Why do they want to drink? To get rid of thirst. Why do they want to take rest? Get rid of tiredness. Why do they want to visit gardens, etc.? So that they can enjoy, relax. Why do they go to offices, etc.? So that they can obtain more amount of money, etc. All these things is indicated, and there is a rule that man is very selfish, but he is not that selfish, but he wants to enjoy. His enjoyment will be enhanced if there is husband, wife, children, parents, brothers, sisters, and a few close friends, etc. And that would be the limit of a person's capacity to be unselfish. So he's telling, first of all the karma kanda that has been so beautifully enumerated in the first part of the Vedas called karma kanda, or what we call dharma kanda, that is not going to, it helps us, but it is not going to give us brahmagnana. Then what about prajaya? Praja means all sorts of relationships, whether it is husband and wife, parents and children, brothers and sisters, friends, or friends and enemies. All these relationships only add to the spice of life. So, not by any relationship, worldly relationship. And we have to add that word, na dhanena. Suppose all the wealth in this world, as we have seen in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, several times I have mentioned that Maitreyi, the wife of Yajnavalkya, when he wanted to take sannyasa, he immediately asks, you are such a wealthy person, and you are asking us to accept that wealth, and then you want to renounce that wealth. Unless a person hopes to get something much superior, nobody is going to do any renunciation. And you are renouncing so many worldly goods, not only wealth, that is, disciples also at this age, the pleasure, the happiness one gets from wife, from children. We don't know how many children he has got, we don't see the mention, but disciples, all these relationships, he wanted to go, he wanted to commune only with the highest Brahman. So she asks that, do I get what you are hoping to get by sannyasa through what you are living for me? He said, Amrutatvasya na asha asti. All this wealth will not confer upon you immortality. Immediately Maitreyi says, then I don't want all those things. Teach me what you know, because I have complete faith that what you are desiring is the only desirable thing in this world. We will discuss these beautiful thoughts in our next class, which will be tomorrow. Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapatme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Murmuru. May Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, and Swami Vivekananda bless us all with bhakti. Jai Ramakrishna.